Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know what's going on. I ain't getting no comments, no nothing.
Catch up like that, please let us know to all the usual places. Ricky is still with us. Ricky, are you getting on better with the neighbours these days, or is this kind of an excuse?
All right. Do we have anybody now? Or am I on my own? All right. Now, have you ever seen peaches? I'll start again, eh? Growing on a sweet potato vine. And have you ever seen peaches growing on a sweet potato vine? Well, wake up, mama, take your leg off mine. Well, I'm going up country, baby, do you wanna go? Yeah, I'm going up country, baby, do you wanna go? 'Cause when I leave here, babe, I won't be coming back no more. Well, I love that woman, I just can't call her name. Yeah, I love that woman, I surely do, I just can't call her name. 'Cause she's a married woman, but I love her just the same. Well, I'm going now, babe, crying won't make me stay. Yeah, I'm going now, babe, and crying won't make me stay. Well, the more you cry, the further you drive me away. Well, look here, woman, look what she done done. Yeah, look here, woman, look what she done done. You played me to love you, and now your man done come. Well, I'm going up country, baby, don't you wanna go? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm going up country, baby, do you wanna go? 'Cause when I leave here, babe, I won't be coming back no more. Is that better, folks? Worth waiting for. Thank you, D-Mac. Great sound from Homer there. Jimmy Charlton, crystal clear. Wayne Dell, that's better. Edgar, great to see you. Arman, hey Joe, are you okay? George, James and Bob Williams, much better. I'd like to say a massive big hello and apologies to everybody. These things kind of happen. It's gremlins and stuff, but hopefully I've got you all back, okay? We've got Julie now as well, and we've got Per. Great to see you, Per. Thanks for becoming a patron recently, and to anybody else who has. And we've got Majid, bravo. Julie Ferrari, nice to see you again, Julie. And Arman, yeah, we've got it all going now. So I think we've got everybody on board, and probably more people joining us. Big hug from Portugal. Big hug to you, Ricardo. So great to see you all, folks, and hello to you, each and every one of you. Thanks for joining me. It's great to see you all, and I hope that you're all keeping well and safe and everything. So I don't know what was going on there, guys. That was just one of those kind of things, wasn't it? We got Johan and we got Alex English time. Hello, Alex. Great to see you. And we've got Edgar, as I say. Let's play some blues together. We're going to get there, Edgar. Be patient, because there are a few people out there who like to actually hear me play a few things, and I've had a few kind of, not complaints as such, but kind of, why don't you play more songs kind of thing. So I want to kind of play a couple of things, and of course I want to have a play along with you as well, because that's part and parcel of what we do here. And I've got a little question to put to you. I don't want your answers now, I just want to put it out there. But for tonight's play along, we can either do Irene Goodnight. Now I know we've done these, but you know, that's kind of important, because we've got to keep on practicing these things. They don't just happen. So this is the beginner's play along. Make sure you got your guitar ready for when the time comes, and it's all tuned up. You've got the choice when I ask the question, which isn't now, it's going to be in a very short while. We can play Irene Goodnight, Knocking on Heaven's Door, Cold Cold Heart, or Dance the Night Away, all right, by the Mavericks. All have a think about it. Don't start telling me now, okay? And we will, hey, Iffy from Baltimore, and Cynthia, we got someone from France as well, so that's great. Hopefully to keep you company, Leo. So I'm in this kind of open tuning at the moment. I'm in open D tuning. Does anybody know the notes of open D tuning? Because I'm going to be quizzing you tonight. I want to make sure that you're kind of absorbing some of these lessons that I'm giving, and you're coming away with something, because you know, some things you just have to know, all right? And that's not exactly one of them, the open tuning, but I will be kind of coming back to some stuff which I do kind of expect you to know, or at least start thinking about, all right? So I'm going to come to all of these things. We've got a very busy show tonight. We've got a lot of things to get through. I know a lot of people kind of are asking for material and things like that, so it's very difficult for me to fit all of these things in. But does anybody know the notes of open D tuning? JP is very close, but not quite right, okay? I think he's thinking of drop D tuning. Okay, so for open D tuning, we have a D, an A, an F sharp, a D, an A, and a D. All right, and we have this lovely chord. So that's a D chord, effectively. So what we can do is, the nice thing about these open tunings, okay, is that you can practice your finger picking, and they're great for that because you've already got a chord, so you can kind of, no left hand required. All right, so you can practice all these little things. So there's a lot of things you can practice, yeah, with an open tuning. So they're kind of good for that, from that point of view. And most of them, if you put your finger across all the strings, you'll have a major chord, yeah? So you can really fool around, and if you know, again, if you put a kind of slide on as well, you can kind of, you know, you can really fool around and have a little bit of a laugh with it, yeah? So that's D, A, F sharp, D, A, D. Alright, and I've done a lesson on all that kind of stuff, so just check out Joe Murphy's Open D tuning. Now let's have another little, whilst I'm in this tuning, let me just play you another little kind of thing. Then we'll have a little catch up and a play along and stuff like that. Woohoo! Yeah. Let's try that again. All right. Another little kind of open tuning one for you there, Vestapol. It's a really nice tune. I've done a lesson on that and the previous one. So the first one was called Have You Ever Seen Peaches by Jimmy Lee Williams. It's a really nice track, that one. And that second one I've just played for you there is Vestapol or Vestapool, however you like to pronounce that. And it's kind of a very old little finger picking song. And it's nice. It's a great little one to kind of, you know, get the old fingers going and stuff like that, okay? So, hey, yeah, we've got a few little comments there. You enjoy that one. So have a go at it, because, you know, you just start off slowly. It's kind of manageable, you know, if you're just doing it slowly. And it still sounds good. So tempo isn't really important, you know? It's just being in time. Still sounds good. So that's kind of where you start out with it, you know, just take your time. And it's a great little, you know, it's really good fun, and it's very, very important to have a little bit of fun and kind of keep, you know, keep the enjoyment levels high, because you're much more inclined, obviously, to pick the guitar up and kind of enjoy playing it and stuff like that. So that's a good idea. So now, I'm glad that you're kind of all enjoying a little bit of this kind of thing, okay? So yeah, it's a little bit like the rhythm of a train, that, Bob, for sure, definitely, okay? Majid, I've done lessons on all of these kind of things, so you can go to my YouTube channel and check them out, and if you want kind of tabs and stuff like that, you can head over to Patreon and do that as well. So, coming back to the little play along, do we all have our guitars ready? Most importantly, that's the first point, okay? And what would we like to play? So what I'm going to do is I am going to ask the question, what I just asked before, and then I'm going to be the judge of how many votes are kind of, hello Pat, good to see you, I'm glad you could make it, I hope Ian's with you. Hello Ian, if you're there. Okay, so, is it going to be Goodnight Irene, Cold Cold Heart, Heaven's Door, or the Mavericks? Now you can cast your vote. We've got Irene, Heaven's Door, Cold Cold Heart, Moonlight Sonata, Cold Cold Heart, Mummy's here. Hey Leo, well done. Good night Irene, Cold Cold Heart, Irene. Okay, so it's between Cold Cold Heart and Irene. Oh yeah, Cold Cold Heart and Irene, very neck to neck here. Willem, it looks like you're not in the right one there, and we've got Cold Cold again. Derek said the Mavericks, it's not a winner, Jill. It's not getting the votes. It's Cold Cold Heart for sure, and Goodnight Irene. So I'm really sorry, guys, if you voted for something else, but it's quite clear that, yeah, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to say it is, I'll play them both. All right, look, we'll play them both, all right? So that's Cold Cold Heart and Goodnight Irene, all right? So we'll start off with Goodnight Irene. So get your guitars ready. I'm going to get started myself here, okay? And Palmer, I expect you to have your guitar at the ready as well. You're not excused. Everybody's to join in with this one, all right? It's kind of quite a tricky little song, this, to play. It kind of throws you. Better change the guitars, eh? For something with a standard tuning. Let's take this one up. Okay, we got the old guitars ready. I'm going to talk you through a verse, all right? And then you're on your own. You got to hold it together for me, guys, all right? And I can hear you coming through those airwaves into my lounge. I want to hear you really going large on this, all right? Are we ready? Sometimes I live in the country. Sometimes I live in the town. Sometimes I have a great notion to jump in the river and drown. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I get you in my dreams. fireside bright. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I left you in my dreams. All right, all together now. One more chorus. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I get you in my dream. Well done, everybody. I think I could hear those sounds drifting on through into my lounge. That sounds good. That sounds very, very good. Nice one. Well in, Colleen. I'm glad that you're all joining me for this. Did we all join in there? How did we find it? Let me have a little bit of feedback. Lonro, good to see you. Lonro Row. Okay, Lawrence. Hi, Joe. Lawrence back in action. Oh, okay, Lawrence. Irene is a good song to manage. Voice and guitar and the sound, Bobby man. That's great. Okay, so we all had to go there, yeah? Thierry, Tamas, unfortunately, I'll have to have Leo. Can you be doing my French translations for me, please, Leo? We got J'aimerais apprendre la guitare en vous regardant. Doesn't mean a lot to me. But okay, so do we know? Did we all kind of find our way there? Yeah, I think it sounded like you were doing pretty good there, folks. Okay, so what we're going to take a look at now is going to be Cold Cold Heart. Are we all up for a go at Cold Cold Heart? I'd like to see some yeses there, please. If we are up for it. It's gone quiet. I want to hear some yeses for Cold Cold Heart. Hopefully I'm still connected. Everything's gone quiet. Maybe I'm on my own again. Ah, yes. Now then, we have yes, 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 yes. Okay, yes. Okay, yeah, right, all right. Are we all ready? Great stuff. I'm really, really glad to see that you're all really keen to play along. Wonderful. We're going to have to do more of this, yeah? So what I'd like you to do between now, and there won't be another Joe show after this one for a fortnight, because if you remember, I'm giving a blues performance next Friday, okay, at 6 p.m. All right, so that's next Friday, 6 p.m. Please tell your friends and your families and things like that. The more the merrier, okay? I need your support on this one. So I'm going to be doing another one of those gigs that I did a few weeks back now, okay? It was about 3 weeks back, where I played just a wide variety of material. Now, next Friday's show is going to be a blues special. We're going to have Robert Johnson. We're going to have Big Bill Brunsey. We're going to be having a little bit of Leon Redbone. We're going to be having Eric Clapton. There's going to be a whole range of material. So please do join me, okay? That's next Friday. There's going to be another GoFundMe link here, okay? Because as you all know, I think most of you know, except, you know, kind of some of you may not know, but I've had all my gigs cancelled, obviously. Everybody's got bigger things to deal with than that. But that's quite a big deal for me, because that was consisted of a lot of my work, okay? So that's next Friday, 7 p.m. Make sure you're there. I need your support. Okay, are we ready now for the Cold Cold Heart? I'm going to talk you through a little verse together, all right? So we got a D chord. Everybody play this D chord. And the next chord we go to after that is an A7. Okay, so we got D's and A7s and just G's really. Okay, so So that's all we're talking about, right? I tried so hard, my dear, to show that you're my everything. Yet you're afraid each thing I do is just some evil scheme. A memory from your lonesome past keeps us so far apart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? Alright, all together now. Another love before my time made your heart sad and blue. Gonna pick it up a bit. And so my heart is paying now for things I didn't do. In anger, unkind words are said that make the teardrops start. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? How we doing? Are we alright with that? We all good? Hello Cristiano from Brazil. Alright, we good? We're all rocking here. Next verse. You'll never know how much it hurts to see you sit and cry. You know you need and want my love, yet you're afraid to try. Why do you run and hide from life? To try it just ain't smart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? Well done everybody. Got a feeling this is all going very well. We're all doing good here, guys. Are we ready for the... Oh, nice one, Freewheel. Chucking in the old D minor 7. I was playing a D7. Alright, last verse. There was a time when I believed that you belonged to me. But now I know your heart is shackled to a memory. The more I learn to care for you, the more we drift apart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? Well done, guys. Hi, Tulip from France, and Jack. We've got Jack there as well, from Freewheel. Cool. How did that go? Was that good for everybody? All right, I'm just going to put some lights on for a second. Whoops, a daisy. Woohoo! It's nearly took a tumble. Super Ringo, fire. We've got a lot of new people here. Thanks, Jeff. That's great. Don't forget Jeff's show, by the way. Jeff Westgarth is doing a show on Monday. I think it's Monday evening. If you'd like to check the Facebook group, I'm sure he'll make a little post there for people to follow up on, yeah? So maybe if you can, check out his show. Great player, Jeff. Good luck with that, Jeff. I'm going to do my best to be there, mate. Okay, so, yeah, we've got quite a few French people here tonight, Leo. I'd like you to do a little bit of translating for me, please. And we've got Alice English. Thanks from Patagonia. Wow, that's amazing. We've got somebody in Patagonia. Okay, so next up, right, I've got a little quiz for you before I come on to some of the more advanced stuff for some of the more intermediate players, okay? So, I'm looking for not necessarily the quickest answers here, okay? I just want you to answer as best you can. I know that some of you aren't able to kind of, you know, comment because you're not on, you know, you may be watching on TV or something like that, so it's a bit difficult for you to comment. But for those of you who can comment, please join in, okay? Because this is where I'm going to give you a little bit of a quiz, just a quick quiz before we push on with some other things, okay? So what I'd like you to all tell me here now, okay? Hi Jake, great to see you. And Edgar in Dublin, of course. Now, what are the names of the strings going from the thinnest to the thickest? I want to see some answers here, guys. All right, so I'm just waiting for some. I know it's a simple question, but there may be people out there who don't know, and it's a very, very important thing. If you're going to dedicate to yourself, hello, Fede, that's great. Okay, I'll be playing. Yes, I do know your cheating heart, Sue, and I will do that at some stage, okay? Thanks, Leo. That's great. Thank you very much, Leo. You keep me posted on that. Okay, so George is the first there. Free Wheel missed one out there. Okay, Petulia, EBGDAE, okay, yeah, EBGDAE, EBGDAE, me too. Love the JJK lessons. That's great, VJar. Make sure you go to my Patreon page, VJar, and sign up. I've got lots of stuff there. Hello, Barcelona. Okay, so that's great, okay? All bunnies get drunk at Easter, yeah. Or Easter bunnies get drunk at Easter if you're doing it the other way around. Great to have a mnemonic, okay? And for those of you who don't know what that is, that's just a little rhyme to remind you of what those strings are. If you're going from the bottom, Easter bunnies get drunk at Easter. All right, easy. You'll never forget it, okay? Okay, so Eddie, Tom Bond and Stuart Rushton. We've got quite a few people here, okay? I love the JJ Kale too, okay? So don't forget, Colleen, you'll know because I think you're over at Patreon already. There's a lot of JJ over there. Okay, so well done, okay, for knowing that. Now, you'll know that last week we touched on some of the, you know, we were talking about keys and we said that there is a 1 chord, a 4 chord, and a 5 chord, okay, and we talked a little bit about those 1, 4 and 5 chords and the relative minors as well, okay. So I've got a little bit of a quiz for you coming up now as well. What I would like to know is what are the 1, 4 and 5 chords in the key of A along with the relative minor. Now the ones who come up with the first response there are going to be getting a great big clap from me, all right? So we're looking at the 1, 4 and 5 chords for the key of A. Aha, we were close, George. Yeah, we've got ADE, but what's the relative minor? Well done, Wayne. Wayne gets the, yeah, and Petula. Well done, guys. This is brilliant. Okay, Colleen, check it out because it's something, well, it'll really, really help you, all right, with your playing and stuff like that. Yeah, well done, George. Okay, Stuart, Willem, everybody else, okay? But don't forget the relative minor. Well done, Leo. Okay, so well done on that. Clearly, some of you know a little bit about this, okay? And for those of you who don't have any idea, it's really, really easy. If you go back to the Joe Show episode 17, I show you how to do that, okay? So make sure you do it because it'll really help you. All right, one more key, a couple more keys, okay? Tell me the 1, the 4, the 5, and the relative minor in the key of B flat. A difficult one for you. Well done, Andrew Marriott. Yeah, you got there in the end. Okay, and welcome, Ghost Silverton. I haven't seen you before. Wonderful to have lots of new people here tonight, by the way. Okay, so I'm looking for the key of B flat now. I've thrown you a more difficult one this time. Can anybody tell me what those chords are even? So we've got B flat. What we got here then? Okay, I'm looking for 4 chords here, Wayne. 4 chords. Ah ha ha ha, ah ha 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 ha. Slavko. Slavko is there, okay? Slavko's got it. We got a B flat, an E flat, an F, and a G minor. Well done, Slavko. Welcome, well done, Petula as well. Petula. Just tuning my air guitar. Nice one, Mom. I hope it's blown up properly. You haven't got a flipping clue. Well, Leo, come on. I did tell you this last week. I'm disappointed in you. Okay, so one more now. The key of D. Relatively easy one for you. Thank you very much for that, Lawrence. Really appreciate it. Okay, so what have we got now? No. Yeah, we've moved on a little bit since then, Andrew. So we're now on the key of D. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking for. If anybody can tell me something about the key of D, that would be great. Yay! Well done. Okay, we've got a couple there. Petula again, yeah? GGAB, I'm Brian, yeah. Well done, I'm Bob. Okay. Hi, Casey Smiths. Case Smiths, yeah, that's very, very good. Great to have you on board. So well done for that, and thanks for taking part in that, because I'd just like to see where you're all at with a little bit of theory knowledge, okay? So what I'd like to do now is, you know, it's surprising how many people can play a chord, but they don't know, haven't got a clue what notes make up that chord. Now, does that seem right to you? Somebody maybe answer me there. It doesn't, does it? It really doesn't seem that good, does it? If you can play a chord, but you don't know anything about the notes that you're playing, it's a bit kind of crazy, isn't it? Yeah. So this is something that, again, that it's not difficult to figure out. Okay. So let's start with something kind of easy. All right. Let's start with an E major chord. Can anybody tell me the notes in an E major chord? Do, 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 do. I'm waiting. I'm being patient. Chords. The notes for an E chord. Anybody? Petula again. Okay, so Petula's great here. She's got it sorted. Yep. Okay, G sharp, Homer. Just add a G sharp there, okay? Sounds bad, but most of us learn chords from diagrams. That's fair enough, Bob. I was the kind of same myself, but I made it my business to figure out what those notes were, okay? So we got an E, a G sharp, and a B. What about the notes of an F chord? Okay, you can give me the notes for an F chord. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Decat. We're good. Okay, F, A, and C. F, A, and C. All right, for an F chord. How about a G chord? Well done, K. Smiths, Andrew. Willem, yeah, you were close. All right, you were close. It was FAC, yeah? Final Q-tish, okay? We got another new listener. That's great to have you here. Okay, GBD, yeah, well done. Well done again, Brian, okay? Homeschooling with Joe Murphy. GBD, yeah, we got it. Okay. So let's have one more and then we're going to kind of move on, all right? So how about a minor chord? How about B minor? Can anybody tell me what's involved with a B minor chord? That'd be good. I'm waiting for you guys. When you got a good friend, you stay right by your side. When you, yay, we got it again, Petula. is there again. Yep, and Homer's there as well. Great stuff, okay? So clearly some of you are either figuring it out as we go on the guitar, or some of you have a little bit of knowledge, okay? Now these things I'm telling you, you must admit, guys, ladies and gentlemen, however I'd best say that, it's not a difficult thing we're talking about here, is it, to actually know what notes you're playing when you play a chord, or to know like the 1, the 4 and the 5 chord in each key. You can presumably see how that's really going to help you in the long term. So if you don't know, it's not a problem, but maybe you can do something about getting to know it, yeah? It's really, really easy. So when you learn each chord, you could just like learn what the notes are for that chord, and then not only will you know how to play the chord, but you'll have a better understanding. And as you progress with your guitar journey, you'll kind of develop a better understanding. So when you come to kind of trying to do all the things you want to do on the guitar, you'll be much better equipped to do it, yeah? So I don't want to drone on too long about all this theory stuff, because I know that's not exactly what you're here for, but I must just check that everybody's paying attention to these lessons that I'm doing, okay? Yeah, it does matter, Leo. Yeah, it really, really does matter, because when I could give you a lot of reasons for why it matters, Leo, but fundamentally, let's just take one reason, okay? Let's say you kind of don't know the 1, the 4 and the 5 key. Well, it speaks for itself. You're obviously at a loss, aren't you? If somebody says, right, we're going to play in the key of A, well, you're just going to be scratching your head thinking, well, I know an A chord, but I don't know what else I'm meant to know, right? So hopefully that makes sense, yeah? Now, with regard to knowing the notes of the chord, then if you progress far enough with your guitar journey whereby you want to, let's say, play solo guitar and something like that, then knowing those notes is just basic stuff. It's fundamental. So, and knowing them will enable you to kind of play all these kind of wonderful licks. Yeah, you can learn them without knowing the notes and things like that, but it's a little bit of a backward way of doing things, okay? Why not know a little bit more about what you're doing? Obviously that's going to help, yeah. So I hope that I hope that helps in some way, you know. We can completely bypass that and not do that, but I feel I'm kind of doing you a disservice, you know. And I'm not saying you should bury your head in theory books and stuff like that. Far from it. I just think that as you're going along learning, say, what an E chord is, that you kind of get to know what the notes are as well. I mean, how long is it going to take you? Not very long, okay? Okay, so moving on now. We've looked at some beginner stuff there, and some kind of intermediate stuff with the play along as well, and some of that theory stuff, okay? So that's good. So try and incorporate it into a little bit of practice. It's very, very important. If you spend half an hour practicing and you spend at least, say, 5 minutes just trying to understand a little bit better what you're doing, it will serve you really, really well. I can only give you the advice that's kind of helped me, and I see help my students and things like that. Okay, so on to the album of the week. Now, this is an old album, and it was one of my brother's favourite albums, and also one of my kind of favourite albums. It's a wonderful album. Some of you may be familiar with it. It's an old album, and it is Van Morrison's Astral Weeks, okay? Some wonderful tracks on the album, some wonderful musicians on the album, and hopefully between Palmer and myself we'll fire that up on the Facebook page. We forgot to do the Notting Hillbillies last week, so there might be a kind of double link there, so you can check out that Notting Hillbillies as well as the Astral Weeks, providing we can kind of find a playlist over at YouTube. So you might be interested in checking that out. It's a very atmospheric album, and it's a really, really nice record. So that's my album of the week for this week, okay? Now, would you like me to play you a song? I'm not sure if you would or you wouldn't, but I'll check in a moment. All right. I did kind of have a song I was going to play for you, which I haven't played in absolutely ages. So it's bound to go wrong, isn't it? Are we ready? I'm not getting a lot. Yeah, we are. A lot of people want Robert Johnson, don't they? A lot of people ask for Robert Johnson. If you like your Robert Johnson, do not miss with next week's show, okay? I tell you what I will say. For anybody who isn't signed up at Patreon, head over there because there's quite a bit of Robert Johnson there. And I'm working on a new one to add to my collection, and it's called When You've Got a Good Friend. I'll give you a little preview of just a few bars of it. It's very similar to Sweet Home Chicago, okay? So it's kind of... When you got a good friend, he'll stay right by your side. When you got a good friend, he'll stay right by your side. Give her all of your spare time, love and treat her right. I mistreat my baby, I can't see no reason why. I mistreated my baby, I can't see no reason why. She's a brown-skinned woman, just as sweet as girlfriend can be. Right, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, I could be right. 'Cause she's a brown-skinned woman, sweet as a girlfriend can be. As you can see, it's still in its early stages and it's not in the greatest key for me to sing, so I've got to do a little bit of work on it. But if you like your Robert Johnson, great little song to learn, okay? So that's going to be coming your way before too long. I'm going to be working on that. I know Jeff likes a little bit of kind of Robert Johnson as well. He's working on some of that kind of stuff as well. It does sound very, very like Sweet Home Chicago. Yeah, it's got this kind of... So... Before I move on, what I wanted to talk to some of the intermediate players about, okay, is this kind of blues shuffle. Now, you could spend a lifetime on this. I've spent the best part of 40 years playing a blues shuffle and I can still improve on it. And it's a crazy thing because really when you think about it, all it is... Well, you think, well, you know, how could you spend 40 years on that? It should take you 5 minutes, yeah? It's not the case actually, because to get it like very authentic, like you probably heard the Mojo hand lesson, which again is a kind of very kind of fast shuffle. You'd be surprised at how much practice it can take to do that. And one of the things I wanted to emphasize in the actual lessons of some of these kind of trickier songs like the Robert Johnson and the Lightning Hopkins and things like that is, please don't skim over those lessons and kind of spend a couple of days on it and think that it's done, because, you know, I could spend a very long time playing those songs and improving them. And for each, like, say, new Robert Johnson song that I learn, I'm going to sit down and play it for a week before I even consider trying to kind of record it or something like that. Yes, it's going to be acceptable after an hour, but you know, I like to refine and refine and refine these things. So one thing I wanted to talk to you about, particularly with the Robert Johnson kind of thing, okay? Now, as you know, you can dampen with this hand here, okay? And you can go like that, and you'll get a dampened sound. So when you go like that, it's going to be like that. But the much more difficult technique of dampening is a combination of both hands. Okay, now you may not be aware of this. So if I'm playing a blues shuffle in E, I go like with my right hand. So the thumb goes straight back on the strings. It's a form of dampening. And what I'm doing on the left hand is I'm kind of doing that same rhythm on off with the string. So it's not ringing out. If you hear, now that is a kind of harder to get than it might appear. So if you're an intermediate player and you're looking to work on blues, is something that you're very inspired to play and something that you really want to get right, spend the time on the kind of shuffle. And try and get that left-right hand dampening. I'm going to be doing a video on this left-right hand dampening because it's such an important part of advanced blues playing, I would say. Okay, so you can hear the effect of it. Now, if I play it just like that traditional dampening, like that, it's completely different. All right, to the beauty of that left-right hand dampening is that you still get the, you know, the treble end. Whereas when you go like this with your palm, it's very different to. Just to be able to do that well, you could spend a very long time on it. So I would suggest that if the blues is something that you really want to do and want to play, spend some time on that shuffle, working it, you know, easily half an hour a day. It'd serve you really well. All right, now I'm going to play another tune now. If I went out late at night, I wouldn't be treating my baby right. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to lose my girl. I wanna go out and cheat a little bit, but I'm scared my girl might quit. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to lose my girl. She suffers every night, works hard every day. Then I take her money and throw it all away. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to lose my girl. I got a good friend in Alabama, trying to get my business all in a jam. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to lose my girl. You can spend my money, wear my clothes. I catch you messing with my girl, I'll bust you in your nose. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to lose my girl. Little bit of Memphis Mini. I haven't done that in a while, so yeah, I like a little bit of Memphis Mini, and I can remember Julie Flower likes a little bit of Memphis Mini, so that was a little kind of treat for her as it goes. Okay, so yeah, there was that song. I'm just going to kind of try and run through a couple of things that you might be interested in. Now, I don't know if many of you are aware, but I uploaded a new song, and it was a John Prine song. And most of you will probably know that I'm kind of a big fan of John Prine. And by the way, I did notice that there's a lot of people here tonight who have mentioned JJ Cale, okay? So I'm going to put some special numbers in next week's blues show. Now, there's going to be some JJ Cale happening there as well, okay? So make sure you join me for that, because there's just going to be a wide variety of material for that one. Okay, so this is a really, really nice number. It's a new lesson. It's available to everybody. YouTube, Patreon, the whole caboodle, okay? Because I think it's a lovely, lovely song, this. And now, if you're looking to get started with fingerpicking, you might be able to approach this one, because I don't think it's kind of, it's certainly not crazy difficult. It's relatively straightforward. So, you might be kind of interested in having a go at this song, because it really is a nice song, okay? It goes like this. Summer's in, around the bend, just flying. The swimming suits are on the line, just drying. I'll meet you there, pair our conversation. I hope I didn't ruin your whole vacation. Well, you never know how far from home you're feeling, until you watch the shadows across the ceiling. Well, I don't know, but I can't see it snowing in your car. The windows are wide open, so come on home, come on home. Now you don't have to be alone, just come on home. Valentine's breaks hearts and minds at random. Old Easter egg ain't got a leg to stand on. Well, I can see that you can't win for trying. New Year's Eve is bound to leave you crying. Come on home, come on home. Now you don't have to be alone, just come on home. The moon and stars hang out in bars, just talking. I still love the picture of us walking, like that old house we thought was haunted. Summer's in, comes faster than we wanted. Come on home, come on home. You don't have to be alone. Come on home, come on home. Now you don't have to be alone, just come on home. there you have a little bit of John Prine, which is a lovely little song, as I say, and free to everybody to kind of go learn if you're interested, yeah? So it'd be great if you did, because it's a nice little song to be able to play. Oh, hey, Preston, we got Preston, and we got Petula. I'm glad you enjoyed that, yeah, and Jay, and we've got a lot of new people tonight. JP, okay, I'm a new one here, Joe, and I'm one of the seniors, 48. You're one of the young guys in Waterford, no less. I think that's where I come from myself, my generations past, you know, JP. Oh, no, I'm thinking of Wexford. I think a lot of my ancient relatives came from Wexford. Very lovely. Well, thank you, Leadbelly. That's really, really kind of you. Yeah, this is about summer. That song's about summer. Yeah. Simon Richard, thanks. Okay, so hope that was okay for you, everybody. You know, it's just great to be able to spend this time with you each week, and I really appreciate you taking the time out to join me. It's just fantastic to have your company, and it seems to be growing and everything else. So, you know, it's really, really nice to kind of have you on board and to be joining me each week. And I really hope that that goes on. And maybe you can kind of introduce some of your friends or your family to join us and things like that. Because it's very much developing as we go along. And I'm always open to suggestions and things like that. And you can always ask me kind of some questions and, you know, anything like that you might like to. And I'm just wondering now whether or not, hey, I'm 50 as well, Cynthia. That makes two of us, yeah? I'm not the only old person here then, yeah? So, I don't know whether there's anything I can play for anybody before I go. Really, I usually ask my mum, because my mum joins me tonight. And, you know, being a good boy, I better be a good boy for mum, else I might get in trouble. So, mum, now is your chance. What is it you'd like me to play? And I hope I can play it, by the way. Is she there? Eleanor Rigby. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's a great song. God, you know what? It's kind of quite funny this, right? Let me see if I can just do one more before I go, right? I'm not sure. Let me just check something out here. I've got my kind of iPad here. Now then, let me see. You'll have to bear with me a second here, folks. This isn't normally what I kind of do, right? So let me just check a few little things out here and see if I can find something. Bear with me. It's not what I normally do this, guys, because I don't like to keep everybody waiting, okay? I'm normally much more organized, but I often get people throwing me kind of curveballs, so let's see what we can do here. All right. Now, I hope you're going to be singing along here, right? Let me see if I can do this. This is really, really putting me on the... I see the bad moon rising. Not a good key for me, that. Nah, unfortunately, not the greatest kind of key, that. Let me just see, right? Let me see what we got. I'm trying to see. Did do this. I see the pale moon rising. I see the trouble on the way. I see the earthquakes and lightning. I hope you're joining in. I see the bad times all stay. Don't go around tonight, well it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. I hear the hurricanes are blowing. I know the end is coming soon. I feel the rivers overflowing. I hear the voice of raging moon. Are we ready? Everybody! Don't go around tonight, but it's bound to bend your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. Don't go around tonight, it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. Hope you've got your things together. Hope you are quite prepared to die. Looks like we're in for nasty weather. One eye is taken for an eye. Everybody now! Don't go around tonight, it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. One more time. Don't go around tonight, it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. There's a bad moon on the rise. Hope that was alright for you. A little bit on the spot. I had to busk that one for you, Mum. You always throw me a curveball, don't you? Yeah? Hope that's kind of close enough for you. Just my little effort of it anyway. So, folks, it's been great. As I say, you joining me. Now it's time to say, I'm glad that you enjoyed it anyway. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And final cutish, it's nice that you could join us. You're one of our new kind of guests, which is great to have you on board as well. So now it's time for good nights from everybody. So if there's still people about, you may have all disappeared long ago. I will find out now because, you know, I'm asking you who's still about. And it seems like there's not many people still here. We got JP, we got Super Ring of Fire. Jay, thanks for joining me. Palmer, thanks for joining me, buddy. Wayne, thank you for joining me. Yap, thanks. Paul, thank you, Paul. I didn't know you were here. I don't know if Kent's still here. Kent Youngberg, I hope so. We got iHomer, we got Edgar, we got River Ray, got Colin. Go, they're coming quick. George, Petulia, Mick 31, John Northgate. I'm okay, John. Jeff, cheers, thanks, Jeff. David Price, overcome problems. Thanks, David. And Brian, and Iffy, and Johan, and Preston, and Brian. It's going too quick. I can't keep up with it. Tulip, Yap, Bob, Simon, Leadbelly, Decat. Wow, Leo Gibson, and David, and Eric Anderson. Cynthia, good night, Cynthia. Terry, great to have you as well, Stewie. Take care, Mum. You look after yourself. Case Smiths, Julie Flower, John Northgate. Play while reading, mate. That's the way to do it. David Follett, thank you very much indeed, each and every one of you, for joining me tonight. And please, let me just finish off by saying, if you could join me next week for the special blues performance, 6 p.m. UK time, it would be fantastic. If you're not aware already, I have a YouTube channel, a Facebook page, and I have a Patreon page. And I'm sure everybody here will vouch for me when I say, if you're not already a patron, please go over and sign up. It's less than a cup of coffee per month. That's like nothing, yeah? And you're getting over 400 lessons. So I think that's a no-brainer. If I was learning the guitar, I would be there too. And I think that most of you are already, okay? So that's really, really cool. Thank you all for your support, folks. And I really look forward to seeing you next week. Yeah, Friday, I should say. 6 p.m, okay, UK time. I do hope you can join me, and please spread the word so we can build this little group we've got, yeah? Take care, folks. All the best. Thanks for joining me.